What's up guys, Hanger here from Esperino, and I have with me the SoulCalibur V Collector's Edition. This is the premium version that was released in Europe and North America for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The North American version is essentially the same, the contents are relatively similar. The only real difference is some of the packaging may have differed a little bit from what the European version or the Australasia version is what we got here anyway. Looking at the packaging, the first thing that came to mind was actually the Fable 3 Collector's Edition, which I happen to have here for comparison's sake. And you can see there, they are the exact same size and dimensions. So I'm assuming that Namco and Microsoft went through the same manufacturer to produce this Collector's Ed, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the Fable Collector's Edition was a really nice package. Maybe the game wasn't quite as great as Fable 2, but it was a nice package nonetheless. But anyway, I digress. Let's have a look at the SoulCalibur V Collector's Ed. First up on the front, this is the PlayStation 3 version. You can see you've got Ezio on there as well, who happens to make an appearance as a playable character. And you've got Nightmare locked in battle. Along the spine, you've got the SoulCalibur V logo, which I'll just give you a closer look at. And you've got a lot of decorative gold on what looks to be, I guess it's meant to look like leather, but it's not really leather obviously. So yeah, the pattern gets repeated along the whole spine there. And on the back, 2 swords, 2 generations, 1 destiny. So aside from the game, there are a few little extras in this collector's edition. You will get an exclusive book box case, which is what I'm holding in my hand. Some downloadable content, exclusive signed art by the development team, making of DVD, original soundtrack CD, parchment letter, and of course a copy of the game. So this cover actually comes off, slides off here. It's a little bit stuck. And once it comes off, you can see there it is exactly what, as they said, it is a tomb design. A little bit of gold speck on that. You can see there the gold printing on the tomb book. And then on the other side, which would be considered the front of the tomb, you get some more gold printing. We've got a nice gold border and the SoulCalibur V logo, which is slightly raised. I don't know if you can make that out, but it is slightly raised. Nice little touch there. You've got a page marker, which I guess if you put this on the shelf like that, people could mistake it as an actual book, because even that printed on edge is designed to look like pages, which is quite cool. On the inside, the first thing you'll see is a making of DVD. Let's pop this out. Okay. So there's the making of DVD, which has been printed with some, looks like some of the concept artwork of the main characters. You've got Mitsurugi there. Saxophitia. And the SoulCalibur V logo down below as well. This is the European version. It isn't actually the Australian release. I did manage to pick this up via one of the online retailers for a very heavily discounted price. It was probably something like $20, so which is quite surprising for a SoulCalibur game, particularly Collector's Ed, to go down to that price. On the top of this, you've got what looks like a parchment letter, and you've got a SCV seal, SoulCalibur V, and inside it's a letter from Daishi Odashima, the director, and Hishaharu, is that Targa? Cargo? I'm not 100% sure, but that's the producer's name also on there. And it's all just printed on, so it's their signatures printed on that. So pretty interesting. The back of that, you've got the swords, which is pretty neat. So there's the parchment letter. On top of this, there is the art print, which yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's just a print, and the signatures is printed on, and the cardboard is a kind of I don't know if you can make that out, but it's that kind of thick cardboard that you would use for doing watercolor artwork, for example. So it's not a bad print. It depends on what kind of things you like. Whether you're a huge fan of this. Personally, I'm impartial to it. On top of this, you get a hardcover SoulCalibur V the art book, which yeah, it's a nice solid art book. And this one, yep, this is a European version as well. So let's give you a quick look on the inside of this. So a table of contents of all the characters. And then you've got character art. You got concept art, looks like some production art. You've also got some information and character bios, which is quite interesting. Looks like they've gone to a lot of detail to provide. Yeah, there's lots of art in this. So it looks like on the front pages are all the new characters, and I'm sure as we get into it we'll find all the older characters from the previous games. Maxi. Good old Siegfried. One of the original characters from Soul Edge, Nightmare, Mitsurugi, Voldo. He's evolved with the times. Tira, personally not one of my favourite characters, but let me know which is your favourite character from the SoulCalibur series or SoulCalibur V. Hildy. I'm sure this is going to be a lot of male fan favourites. Ivy. Cervantes. Yoshimitsu. Raphael. Another character that's changed a lot too. Astaroth. Aeon. Dampier. So yeah, some of this artwork you probably would have seen in some of the early reveals. And I don't know if he's a secret character, but Ezio from the Assassin's Creed franchise is also playable in SoulCalibur V, which is a first. And it's also got a track listing, which I would assume is for the soundtrack. Let's give you a closer look. There appears to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 tracks on this one. And that's the art book. Pretty decent art book. I mean, it's a bit smaller than, I guess, what some people would like, but it is hardcover release, so it's pretty good. You also get add-on content, which I believe unlocks, from what was on the box, I believe it's Dark Knight and a White Knight. Oh, it is actually. It's a Dark Knight and White Knight costume for the character creation model, which, yeah, something a little bit different. Once you've finished the game with all the characters, maybe you might want to play around with your custom character creation. And then finally down below you get a copy of the game, and you can see that that's just the well, this is the Australian version, which is obviously also released in New Zealand. And that's the back of the case. And on the inside, you get a copy of the game and the soundtrack. I remember the North American version was a little bit different in that the soundtrack wasn't quite, you know, this is packaged in a piece of plastic. There's no case or anything. I remember the North American version had a really fancy packaging for this, so it's a little bit disappointing, but at least we got a physical disc, so I guess it's one thing we can't really complain about. And the manual, which is in black and white. So yeah, that's the SoulCalibur V Collector's Edition. Thank you for watching, and please leave a like or comment down below if you've enjoyed this unboxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we're constantly uploading new videos, new unboxings, and other video game related content. Thanks for watching again, and I will catch you next time. See ya.